Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the channel. I am Starco Gaming and we are back with another Dragon Champion video. If you are level 15 or below, make sure to use the promo code STARCO to get a free starter pack. To do so, it is pretty simple. You go in the settings, use promo code, and you enter the code STARCO, STARKO. You press OK and you will receive your free starter pack. And also guys, make sure you join the Discord server. We do host Drac wins a giveaway on the Discord server, so the link is in the description down below. So guys, today we're going to be talking about Boreas. It is time to update his character spotlight because it is literally outdated. So today we're going to be covering his new abilities and his all abilities too. Obviously, you know, his ability now level 7, so we're going to be talking about that. We're going to be talking about the teams you can actually use him in, and we're going to talk about where he actually perform the best. So first, let's jump in heroes here and let's go take a look at my Boreas. By the way guys, the stats you're going to be seeing in this video is from the live server. Actually built him really strong on the live server guys. So first of all, Boreas, where is the best team for him? The best team for him is a full pride team. You're gonna go, if you really want to build him for a full pride team, you're gonna go with Hero Lead, Salvador, Kagi, Boreas, and Renara. This is going to be the perfect pride team. Now if you actually want to build him around an arena team, it's going to be a little bit different. You want to go with Hero Lead, Salvador, Boreas, Kagi, and Eric, Shell, Breaker, and stuff. Renara, that will be the arena team. And for battleground, you can go with either the full pride team or the arena team. Around him is going to be doing a pretty good job. And also guys, this guy is a very good plug and play character, so even if you don't have him in the full pride team, he's still going to be able to kick some ass, but he will lose a little bit of power because his damage is increased based on the amount of pride characters that is in the team. So that might affect him a little bit, but overall this guy is an outstanding characters. He's one of the best damage dealer in the game, and if you put in a pride team, he perform even better. So we're going to be covering the skills guys, which skills you should get to level 7, which skills you don't actually need to get to level 7, without about the runes, the stats, artifact, and then we're going to be jumping into some kind of gameplay to actually showcase him a little bit. So first, let's get started with the passive ability. Unity passive ability: increase physical damage by 13% for each living pride in the each living pride characters in the party. So this is why if you have like 5 prides in the party, you get that 13% multiplied by 5, which is actually going to be 65% increase physical damage, which is a huge boost. You're going to be able to land critical hit single target over 50,000 damage, which is actually a lot of damage, which is why a full pride team is optimal for him. If Kagi is in the battlefield, both Kagi and Boreas gain armor increase for 2 turns at the start of the battle, which is going to give him a huge advantage in taking less damage. And also Kagi passive ability will apply to him, which will give him tenacity increase for 2 turns too, if you have that ability to level 7, which actually gives you a lot of more survivability on this guy. Now you actually get this ability to level 6. It's going to be 10% for each living pride in the party, which actually still definitely I will not definitely fine. I will not call this ability to be a must-have to level 7. I think other abilities are going to be more important than that, but it is a great ability to have at level 7. It's a 15% increase in physical attack if you actually have it, physical damage if you have it at level 7, but level 6 will do the job. Next we have the third ability, Wind Power. Boreas gain a critical damage increase, a critical chance increase, a damage increase, an ace for 2 turns. If Kagi is on the battlefield, he received the same buff and recover 50% of the turn meter, which is actually pretty damn awesome buff here. If you actually lose this ability to level 6, you're gonna lose 20% turn meter and critical chance increase, which is critical chance increase is actually 20% critical chance. So you can see here, I don't know if you can see, but we have 84.61% critical chance. So when we get that buff on, it's pretty much guaranteed a critical hit, which is outstanding, which is why this ability is going to be a must-have to level 7 to get critical chance for 2 turns. It gets applied to Kagi 2, and plus you get 20% extra turn meters. Instead of getting 30% turn meter increase, you actually get 50% turn meter increase, which makes you take a turn so much faster. I think this is the most important ability to get to level 7 in my personal opinion. Next, we have the wounding arrow. Deal 400% of physical damage to an enemy, inflict 2 stack of bleeding and armor decrease and a healing block for 2 turns, and remove a 1 buff. Now that is where, if you get it to, okay, they set it to level 8, my bad guys. So let's go back to level 7 here. I hate that they actually set that up like that and not the actual level you have it. But anyway, a wounding arrow, deal 350% physical damage to an enemy, inflict 2 stack of bleeding and armor decrease for 2 turns. Now, for now, potency is not important in this guy because you don't have the remove buff yet. That's going to be when they release ability to level 8. But for now, you know, armor decrease and bleeding is not that important. Yes, if you can have that extra potency on secondary stats on your gear, it's fine, but you're really not going to be focusing potency early on, guys. You're really going to be focusing critical rate and critical critical chance and critical damage. So the debuff don't actually matter. It's really the damage that matter. And also reduce the max cooldown by 1 turn. So if you actually have this ability to level 6, the cooldown is 4 turn and it's starting with 1 turn cooldown, plus you lose 50% physical damage. Now if you get this ability to level 7, you get physical damage increased by 50%. You get armor decrease that you can apply for 2 turns if at proc. Still 68% of potency will actually make it happen once in a while, and you reduce the max cooldown by 1 turn. So that means that every time you're going to be using wind power, the next turn you're going to be able to use wounding arrow, which is going to be outstanding. This is going to make this character so much stronger. So again, this is a must have ability to level 7. Those two ability number 3 and number 2, that goes together. They are a synergy ability, so you definitely need to get both of those ability to level 7 if you want to get the optimal result out of your Boreas. And then we have the basic ability, finishing shot, deal 240% physical damage to an enemy if the target has the lowest health of their party. This attack can deal 300% physical damage instead. Now if you actually lower this ability to level 6, you lose a lot of damage, but it's still gonna be fine. You know, it's 40% physical damage. It's not as much damage as the ability number 2, although this is still a lot of damage. If you can get this ability to level 7, it is awesome, but it's not a must-have ability to level 7. Still going to be outstanding. So basically, the order of the ability you should get to level 7 is pretty simple. You should get passive ability, it's rank number 1. No passive ability, but third skill, wind power, is priority number 1. Wounding arrow is priority number 2. I can't speak today, guys, sorry. Unity is priority number 3, and the finishing shot is priority number 4. But he is one of those characters that you actually really want to have all his abilities to level 7, because they are all outstanding ability that increases damage so freaking much. So that is the ability, guys. Now I said we talk about how to use those ability. I already said it, guys. You want to use the third skill on cooldown, followed by the second skills, and then fill with the basic attack when the third skill and second skills are not usable. And that is pretty much it. Now if we talk about runes, guys, you want to get is a critical chance, around 80%, as close as possible as 80%, and then you want to focus on the critical damage a little bit. Why 80%? Is because the third skill is going to give you 20%, which is going to give you 100% critical chance, and this is what you want to have on this guy to get a critical hit every time you throw that second skills. That's what's really important. So depending on the secondary stats you're actually going to be having, you could go with two different setup here. You could go with setup number one. You go well, both setups are going to be 6 critical chance runes, but this is the runes that's going to be different. Here you could go with critical chance increase on the setup here as the primary stats, and actually go with a critical damage artifact, or you can go critical damage on this rune and then go critical chance artifact. Unless you have way too much critical chance, then you can go both critical damage primary stats here and critical damage artifact. But the point is, really guys, it's pretty simple. Get as much critical chance as possible until you reach 80% critical chance. And also you're gonna have to go with a lot of speed. You want to have as much speed as possible, so it's really about critical chance as high as possible and speed as high as possible. Now if we actually take a look at the runes we have, here we have 5.43% critical chance at secondary stat with 5 speed. The speed is a little bit low, but the critical chance is outstanding. Secondary runes we have 30 speed, that's primary, then 3.66% critical chance, which is what that matters. If you had potency as a third most important stats, you can have it. Basically the stat priority is going to be critical chance, speed, and potency. Pretty much. If you go to the next rune here, you can see pretty outstanding rune here. A 6 speed, 2.45, 2.47 potency, 2.38 critical chance. Here we have critical damage basic with 7 speed, and actually a pretty terrible rune if you ask me. I would love to have some critical chance or potency with the speed here, but that is what we have. And then here we get 4 speed and 100.82% potency, which is actually a terrible runes, but the shield helps a lot in PvP, which is why I went with this one. But definitely you want to have more speed than that, probably more critical chance too, so we can actually maybe eventually go with a critical damage artifact. And then the top left runes, you want to go potency to be able to apply that bleed from the second skill, and eventually remove buff and apply armor decrease, obviously. And the secondary stats, you want to have speed and critical chance on it, so you can see the pattern, guys. As much speed as possible, as much critical chance as possible, and as much potency as possible. Those are 3 most important stats. You can see here I'm running with 84.61% critical chance, which is a little bit too high, but it's still too low because the objective is to have that critical chance so high that I can actually remove that artifact that give me a critical chance to actually put a critical damage artifact to get even more boost in critical damage, get that critical damage increase, you know, like 220% critical damage, and that will do so much more damage. That's kind of the objective. And then you want to have the potency as high as possible. I will recommend potency above 80% if you can get enough secondary stats without hurting your critical chance. And then you want to go speed, as much speed as possible. I think my recommended speed will actually be 225 plus. My speed is a little bit too low. You saw some secondary speed stats are actually pretty low, and this is something that I do need to work on. Eventually I'm going to get, you know, replace some of those runes, like this one, and this one needs to be updated. This one, we need much better runes here. So probably these 3 runes are actually runes that needs to be updated, which in the future, when I have more gold and can find the proper runes on the rune shop, I will be updating. Now if we actually take a look at the artifact, you want to go HP percentage and critical chance percentage. I think that's the best thing you can actually do. This artifact is actually one of the best for a Boreas because of that, because a lot of critical chance and that HP gives him a huge advantage. You can see here that give him 5677 HP. That 18%, if you actually get that artifact higher, is going to give you 36% HP. So you add, you know, it's going to be over 10,000 HP from the artifact, and you get 24% critical chance, which an extra 12% critical chance could actually maybe allow me to actually remove 4 critical chance runes and put 4 critical damage runes. That could actually be a possibility, maybe eventually. But anyway, this is how you build out to runes, out to artifact of Boreas now, and which skill to actually get to level 7. Next, guys, let's see if we can actually fight in arena, if we have a fight that we can actually achieve. And there we go, we have this one here, rank number 8. So my arena team here is not this one. I was trying that yesterday and did not pan out at all. The team I like to run is this following team. You're gonna see, even if we lose, which happens sometimes, you're still gonna see the Boreas damage, which is crazy. Now the lose always depend against this team, always depend on Garrett. If there's a Garrett, if there's no Garrett, we're good. There's no Garrett, so we have no problem. We're not gonna be losing that town, so we're gonna be able to literally murder Titania. You're gonna see the damage from Boreas against Titania is actually quite crazy. So let's go here. That should actually be a guaranteed win team here. You can see the damage, that shield just disappearing. As long as we don't actually get critical, not critical hit, but dodge, I think that's something that can actually matter a lot. So here we're gonna use our buff, then we're gonna murder her, and you're gonna see even with the basic attack we're still gonna be doing great damage here. And see, most attacks are actually critical hit, which is actually outstanding, always outstanding. This is almost done. We're gonna use the basic attack here. Oh, we can charge. Who's next attack? No, it's too risky. So here we're gonna go bam, this is dead. Next we're gonna be killing Talon, obviously, because Talon can be very freaking annoying. So we're gonna be killing her, and then we're gonna move to the rest of Dark. You can see how easy this is. See, 54,000 critical hit here. That is a massive hit. Next we're gonna go Wonder Lula, pretty much the only DPS left, and we're gonna be able to just kill it very easy. And you can see the power of this Pride team, but you can see the damage is mostly all coming from Boreas. So he's really pretty much I'll say at least 75% of the damage in here, which is why it's important. Now Wonder Lula is almost dead, so instead of going on her, we're actually gonna go attack Eric Shieldbreaker here, and see, with armor up, still 37,000 damage, which is actually quite crazy. Let's kill Wonder Lula, then let's kill this guy here. Yeah, almost. Here we go, and then let's finish the little guy over here. And you can see, still have shield on my characters. Didn't take that much damage. Salvador dead, get the job done, while Boreas and murder shit. And that is pretty much why Boreas is so good. If we actually look at the damage done here, I don't think they had the damage right. Well, we did a lot of overkill with Boreas, so that might actually be right, but I highly doubt that Kegi did more damage than Boreas here, but that's possible because Kegi has AoE damage, so that can actually affect. But the fact that Boreas brings his passive ability, not his passive ability, but his third skills that synergize with Kegi really helps Kegi in his damage. You can see the damage from these two guys. It is just outstanding. They're both gear 12, by the way, guys. So this was some gameplay from Boreas. Now you can see why he is so awesome. He can murder any tank in the game really easy. And then you actually make Kegi so much stronger. Kegi AoE gets such a huge damage increase because of Boreas. That is just outstanding. So guys, this was our character spotlight edition 2021 for Boreas. Hopefully this this video will help you in building this guy properly and actually understanding how powerful this guy can actually be. So guys, thank you for watching. Again, don't forget to join the Discord server, guys, to see to talk with me, to see our guides, or just to participate in our Dracowind the giveaway on Discord. So guys, thank you for watching. You all keep enjoying playing Dragon Champion, and I will see you guys again in the next video. Thank you.